Hello and welcome back to Lord Fenton Gaming Plays Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I'm your host Lord Fenton. In this Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough video, we're not only going after Braccus Rex and defeat him, also we're going to finish up the Undead Scourge. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Do not forget to hit notification bell so be update and more. This is the waypoint where you want to be at in order to start all this up. So the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and clear out some undead, so let's kill them all now.
This place is unbearable!
Come, spin your web for me.
I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
Rain of rock! I feel like I've just had a long bath in a cold lake.
I needed that. Back on my feet again. If you can't stand the heat, no glory in this death.
That fight was really fun. Yes, you see the fire. I abused it like crazy. Also, dead spiders too. You do see. So, anyways, coming up is optional combat. I'm talking about the statues. If you fight the statues, in other words, you get the rock, paper, scissors game wrong, what would definitely happen is that, yeah, you get about 6k worth of experience points, but the encounter is very hard. They have some crazy immunities. And if you do get past the rock, paper, scissors, you only get 20k, however, you live longer. I advise on honor difficulty to bypass it. Yeah, just trust me. You do not want to fight the statues. Now, if you fight the statues, you'll be quicker getting level 10. If you don't fight them, eventually when you turn the Undead Scourge, you'll definitely get to level 10 if you do everything. Make a save here. This is a perfect spot to do so. I'm going to go ahead and do off screens, go ahead and save the game, and then I'll do all this statue stuff. So I'll be right back after all this.
Try to enter the church. The statues that flank its heavy oaken doors address you.
Hold your horses, stranger. This holy hall may be entered by those who are loyal to the goddess only. And even eyes of stone can see you are no such creature. Ha! Who are those loyal to the goddess, it asks. They are those who have seen the powers of blood, ignorant one. They partake in the knowledge of old. Blood is life. Blood undoes death. Such is the wisdom you cannot even conceive. It is a wish we cannot grant, unless you prove you have knowledge of the goddess. Answer us therefore the following question. How is she known among the loyal? The exalted one, she who speaks for the goddess. We are taken aback by your words, stranger, but we believe you may be right. Go. You may enter the church. Let these loyals find other, less gullible stooges.
Well, I did it via the rock, paper, scissors method. In other words, I hit that space bar and won the game. Yeah, okay, skipped it. Now you notice I did a quick save. Reason being I definitely did that is, well, I don't want to do all that again. So coming up next is another part of the story that will get revealed. And then you fight 4 sorcerers. Yeah, they're young ones. They're really easy. They're even so easy on honor difficulty. So all I'm going to do is just heal everybody up, get everything all ready and set up. After the battle is over, I'll tell you all what to do next exactly. So let's go ahead and have some real fun.
Ascension time!
Source Hunter, have you come to lend your blood to our cause? How much simpler all this would be if only it was so. Still, I cannot blame you for struggling against me. What reason have you to trust me that your efforts are misplaced? But now, with Braccus Rex nearly risen, there's little more you can do to hinder me. Perhaps for the better. When we first met on the beaches of Cyseal, I underestimated you. That blunder has cost me dearly. Still, after all, you need not know more than this. The end is coming. The end of sorrow. The end of pain. Those who oppose me oppose peace itself. And here I thought you'd seen it yourself. Tell me, what is the imp historian doing, if not begging you to divert the void? So, you're familiar after all. You know as well as I that the void is coming. In fact, if I'm very precise, it's already here. But you need not be afraid. The void is ourselves. We are destined to rejoin it. I have chosen a dark and dangerous path, but I vow that those sacrificed have not suffered in vain. My only wish for all of Revellon is the soft hush of silence. Braccus Rex was the forefather of our cause, the original Immaculate. His resurrection brings Revellon one step closer to the ultimate solution: dissolution. Wouldn't you like to meet him? The sorcerer your order was formed to destroy. I'm certain he'd love nothing more than to meet you. Follow me. Find out.
That fight was very simple. Whoa, I am almost exactly at level 10. So anyways, I'll tell you all on how to actually get through this area to go downstairs and follow the bad person. You see the church key I highlighted? We're going to go ahead and grab that first. So go ahead and do that. So this way we'll get the buttons pushed. There's 4 buttons. Very simple. Go ahead and click the picture, depending on which version you're on, or hit the button on that. Now reveal a button. Push that button. There's a total of 4. And there's another one there. We'll ignore the candles for now. Hit that switch. That's 2 down. And only 2 to go. Now we'll go across the room. Yep, that's right. And hit this button. Now, because we grabbed the key, in other words, I used the left alt on the PC version. Yours might be different results if you're playing on the consoles. Will be the final one. Before we actually get that picture and push that button, we're going to go ahead and do some random loot. Let's check that out. Okay, that's intelligence, dexterity. That's good. Unfortunately, my ranger, she cannot use it at all. Well, yeah, ranger, archer, huntress, person that kicks butt with a bow and arrow. Yeah, she dominates that like crazy. And we'll go ahead and equip our grenader slash, I should say, Swiss Army knife type of character with that nice robe. And I'm just double checking before I actually push the button. Alright, that's actually pretty decent. I'll just go ahead and sell it anyways. I'll keep that belt with me. So it's time to now go downstairs. We'll hit the switch. And voila! We did it. So make sure you have the amulet from Evelyn when you defeat her for the next step, because if you don't, you will not get far. Now after that, there's a familiar face. Once you talk to that person, then what happens exactly is you'll have a choice between forgiving versus vindictive. Once again, I'd probably say do forgiving, so use my method. If you want to be vindictive, go ahead and select the other choice. So I'm going to start this whole amulet. After that's all said and done, I'll go straight for the tactics for Braccus Rex. Let's go ahead and check out who's behind the barrier.
Source Hunter. By the health of the 7, you're here. There may yet be hope. Perhaps you remember me as a healer. But gods, what a herald of death I've become. I'm beyond redemption now. But you alone may save Cyseal, may save all of Riverland from the horror I've summoned. King Braccus Rex from the tales of old. He lives. The mad Source King, the Lord of Chaos. I have awakened him. I've done a terrible thing. I've raised a mad king from beyond the grave. I imagined so very foolishly that I'd be able to extract an ancient secret from him. But with a simple flash of his arcane magic, I was finished. I'll tell you all I know, Source Hunter. Resurrected, revived. The king lives, but not as the man he once was. He retains the mark of death upon him, like a festering wound. The last of the mad Source Kings he was. The tyrant who nearly condemned Riverland to oblivion. He began the War of Wars, marching brother against friend, until every land and home burned with death. It was during this dark time that your order, the Source Hunters, was formed. Braccus was defeated, and Source outlawed from the land. Braccus was a dangerous monster, but he achieved things no man or mortal could have dreamt of. He alone is said to have known a great secret, how to break the Forge of Souls. I promised to extract this secret for a woman calling herself the Conduit. In exchange, she vowed to reveal to me a certain power of her own. In hindsight, I see that I dealt with the devil, and I've received my damnation. I was given a great stone, a bloodstone, but more charged with life than any I'd seen before. The conduit said it would imbue Braccus with life enough to share the secret she craved. But what he has begun, his powers have all returned, and I cannot stop him. My failures are so many. I can hide them no longer. In my pursuit of the Source King, I've called forth abominations that neither I nor any other can destroy. The ghoul that guards the lighthouse, the Baron of Bones, the twins by fire joined. Their ghastly faces haunt me, and they in turn have rifled through the graves and sarcophagi of Cyseal in search of undead minions. Undead, Source Hunter, unkillable. I fear this plague may never end, no matter how many times the rotten dead are defeated. Curse her name, her hell-sent promises. She claims to be a link between her goddess and the world of men. I never believed her divine claims, but I could not deny her great power. It was she who showed me that Bloodstone could be used for more than healing. Her stones, particularly powerful and potent, could raise the dead. What could turn any soft soul towards wickedness? My weakness was love, and it was love that she promised me. The conduit had shown me how to raise skeletons and zombies from their graves. But what I craved was something far more rare. A second life. A true second life for my wife Malia. She was a beautiful soul, snatched from the world of the living far before her time. Now the conduit's promise seemed simple. A secret for a secret. I'd tell her how to break the soul forge, and she'd tell me how to bring Malia back. You can defeat the unholiness I've raised, Source Hunter. You can save the countless innocents that will perish under the Source King's mad fist. I pray... No, I believe you can reverse my failures.
So Theliron believed that by unleashing these monsters, he'd learn the secret to resurrecting his beloved wife.
Love so complete can cloud even the best man's judgment.
Aye. In Theliron's position, I'd wager many of us would do the same.
Let's go with the trait choice. I decided to do Forgiving. I felt like that's much better anyways, and I'm going to go ahead and make a save. Yeah, that poor healer. So anyways, let me go ahead and explain on how to defeat Braccus Rex. First thing you want to know about Braccus Rex on Arn difficulty, it's the same as the other ones except for differences as crystals. You're not going to see it in this playthrough. In order to do damage to Braccus Rex, you need to take out the 3 crystals. You have to still take out the ads though. So anyways, what's the same for all difficulty modes is this. Braccus Rex will do a deadly swarm attack. It's like a meteor swarm, fire base. So if a whole bunch of sorcerers get hit by it, 9 out of 10 times they will die. You'll see that in one of my test runs. Now you're thinking, okay, Braccus Rex is alone, unless it's on difficulty, he has those crystals. Well, guess what? Some of our friends are definitely back. First, it is the ghoul that guards the lighthouse, along with the Baron of Bones, and of course the twins joined by fire. They'll all help out Braccus Rex at once. Let's see here. Braccus Rex, ice you could really do against. Also shock 2, knockdown 2. I think the Baron is weak to fire. The ghoul that guards the lighthouse definitely weak to fire. It will do like a poison movement, etc. You can really down it real quick. You'll see why. And as I'm doing my test run. And one more thing, the twins that joined by the fire is ice. I decided to start the fight because I didn't want to talk to them. I want to get the element of surprise. I'm treating this exactly like my Divinity Original Sin 2 playthrough. And yeah, see that mirror swarm? I decided to go ahead and let one of my sorcerers get it. I'll probably say for honor difficulty, send one of the other two companions you recruit to go ahead and pull that off. I decided to split up my characters. I have a save in case things do go sideways. And I'm going to give you also an extra tactic for honor difficulty. Do the same thing like I am doing, but this time go ahead and just pull everybody back when the fight starts and have summons like crazy. Summon scrolls, summon elementals, you name it. Summon spiders. Just have them all use the summons at once to weed out the other ads and then go for the crystals. After that, Braccus Rex is easy. I'm going to be honest, this was much easier than the twins that is joined by fire by itself, due to the fact that at some certain point in the fight, I did lock them down. You could lock down Braccus Rex without the crystals, or no crystals at all in the other difficulties. You definitely got this. A lot of things will happen, so I will definitely return.
If you play with fire, you get burned.
Burn for me.
Come, spin your web for me.
I kicked him for a dry shirt.
Bag of fire! killing kiss from afar.
The time of your death is at hand. Into the fray once more.
Protect you from these arrows!
Cold hands, cold heart.
Baking like a cake.
Is the final end of Braccus Rex.
May his soul remain in the depths of hell for good. Sigurd's beard, what a fight!
Easy.
On
Into
the
the
men!
fray once more! It is strange, Source Hunter. I have heard many tales of Braccus Rex, the radiant ruler, and King Braccus, boon of our blighted land. How can it be that the stories sang him a hero when he was in fact an evil tyrant? I suppose a song of our world would be quite different if it were written in summer or in winter. Strange, is it not, how your summer or mine goes unmarked, but that of a king, even a winter one, is sung for a century after his death.
The king is dead. Long live... well, not he. He came close though, Braccus Rex. Close to fulfilling his dream. Dormant he would lie until loyal followers that persisted through centuries would restore him to life afresh. As a ghoul, no more was he reborn, exactly the type of base necromancy I abhor. But now that he is dust at our feet, I can't help but feeling a morsel of pity. The work of ages, the desire beyond death, we undid with a simple stroke of the sword. Yes, well, something along those lines. Life, it is such a precious commodity. So precious indeed that death is dealt in droves to merely postpone it, to make it cross the boundaries set by nature. There is much simple irony to be found in these exploits, but at the heart of it lies an equally simple endeavor, which is to overcome the most primal of fears, the dread that prompts philosophy and religion both, and that is the fear of death. To overcome death, if it be possible, is to attain victory over the unconquerable. Such a victory, what a thing of beauty it would be. Still, all this talk about immortality hits the raw and ragged nerve of passing time with relentless momentum. Onward, onward! To be idle is to die!
Source Hunter, is it safe? Have you done it? Please tell me that you have sent Braccus Rex to the grave once and for all. Magnificent. Oh, truly wondrous. I feel like a prisoner set free, free to bask in the daylight once more. I was so fearful, petrified almost in the knowledge that I might see him again. You see, I knew the Mad King. In fact, I served him. I'm a wizard hunter, and that means I've seen many centuries pass me by. They weren't always happy ones, and you may take that as an understatement. I was once under Braccus's thrall, bound to him by perfidious magic. Life was an endless cycle of servitude, torture, and humiliation. Only after the first source hunters skewered him like the pig he was did my nightmare end. As you can imagine, I was afraid beyond all measure that the fiend would enslave us all once more. That I'd be cast back into the rank pit that was my past. But he hasn't, and he never will. Thank you. I will never forget this act of valor. So you have heard of her? Yes, I knew Cassandra. She was a sweet girl when we met. Hardly a woman yet. The very opposite of her deranged brother, who did not hesitate to butcher her for his own benefit. We were fast friends in those days. Aye, more than friends. Until he took her down to the dungeons and she returned a woman no longer. A twisted lich had she become, with a twisted mind to match her grisly new shape. You have foiled one of Leandra's vile designs, that much is certain. But I highly doubt you forestalled her endgame, whatever that may be. It is therefore imperative that we find her sister Ikara. As you've learned from the accursed duo that was Jake and Evelyn, the White Witch is somehow involved. I will vouch for her gentle nature, but alas, I cannot vouch for her current state of mind. Has she been corrupted by her sister, perhaps? Or have they become enemies locked in a murderous game of cat and mouse? There's no way of knowing until you find her. What I do know is that she lives in a cabin deep in Lakula Forest to the north. If anywhere, that is where I advise your travels should take you next. He remorselessly and relentlessly sought ways to cheat death. Cassandra and he were soul-forged, so he knew that if she would die, he would die. And so he turned her into a lich. Turned her into a creature neither living nor dead, so that he could break the soul forge without destroying himself in the process. Giving the matter no further thought, he rid his sister of her humanity, so as to rid himself of a spell that could threaten him. Such a man was Braccus Rex. Immortal in his mind and immortal to be in effect. As your swords and spells have demonstrated, though, to this world's everlasting contentment, his deranged fancy was not to be. I don't know. When the Source Hunters besieged Braccus's castle, I sought only to escape. I never heard of her again. Yes, I longed for freedom, for release. When I saw my chance, I ran and never looked back. Very well, Hunter. My gratitude is yours, as is my service.
Daemon Daemonium. I'll find you good. No,
That's it. Braccus Rex is dead. The way he spoke about our forebears was horrific. I wonder how many Source Hunters had to die before the Source King was deposed.
He was a man utterly corrupted by Source. Don't waste a moment thinking on his crimes. Especially not when we have a world of work ahead of us.
Yes, forward is the only way we can look now. This Source cult runs deeper than we dreamed. We must stamp it out before another Braccus Rex rises.
Yeah, that choice was, I made a mistake on Pragmatic. Pick the opposite of the ones I did, you'll be fine. Now, if you have Magical Unlock, you will get that bonus treasure chest that I just unlocked. If not, oh well, just leave it alone or come back here later when you have that scroll. Anyways, it's time to turn the Undead Scourge. Now, for my game, I'll get level 10. You should either be close to 10 or above it. So, let's go ahead and finish this fourth and final side quest from the second in command.
Salutations, Source Hunter. This cannot be. Can it? You have found one of the sources of the undead and sent it back into oblivion. But that is fantastic! Never have I seen such heroism! Hope breaks through after 2 years of absolute darkness. Cyseal remains under threat, yes, but finally it has been proven even the dead can be vanquished. To think, Feliron too was behind these horrors all along. A man who treated the wounds I obtained in battle, who comforted me when my agony was great. Such a pity. Cyseal is in your debt, Hunter. I, and the Legion too. Braccus Rex is dead, and no one but you could have done this glorious deed.
That was well worth turning in, and I love that second command. She should be leader of the Legionnaires. She is a lot more confident than whoever's in that building. Yeah, before I go ahead and annoy him like crazy with questions and probably interrupt him if there's anything I already repeat it, let's go ahead and check all these items. Now, here's a fun tip from me. If you have a blacksmith or a crafter, you want to do is go ahead and grab a nice weapon like this, find a grinding stone, combine the two, and you'll do more damage. I'm not going to use any crossbows at all. Yeah, it got hit with the nerf stick. Well, actually in this game. Not Divinity Original Sin 2, because that, you could get away with that, murder with that game. Let's go ahead and give our Jahan here a nice set of gear, and let's go ahead and check for more items. Well, let me see. Okay, that's alright. Let's check that out. That's fine. Let's see this one here. Oh wow, that is pretty decent. Let's see what she gets. Oh wow, she got something very nice. We'll get rid of that. We'll go ahead and give her a new weapon to use. Yeah, until I get axes or 10 strength. Yeah, I'll be still using blunt weapons until I find some good axes for dual wielder use. Oh wow, that is pretty decent. Let's go ahead and equip everybody else with some good things. We'll just play musical chair with the equipment before I troll this guy. Yeah, I always troll him anyways that has to connect to any of these side quests with the Legionnaires. Still, it's fun to actually do. And he's a pretty decent shot, and he's real easy to steal from too, if you use the invisibility method. And let's go ahead and just finish all this nonsense up. Good thing that spear's identified. I think that's good enough. And let's talk to our friend who leads the Legionnaires.
Oh, what now? If you must. What'd you take me for? An ignoramus? That accursed name rings a goddamn Carillion. He was the last Sorcerer King, a frightful warrior that fell dozens before finally being slain by the army that had risen against him. We may well stand on unholy ground right now, for they say his remains were buried in what is now Cyseal, the Mad King from...
Yeah, I decided to just skip this conversation. All this was at this point was you repeating the same thing. No real acknowledgement. So basically, if the only time I have to interact with this guy is if I ever have to go ahead and get man-at-arms stuff, or say books. So anyways, it's time to level up. This might take a little time because the effectors have to have notes to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Once again, I always repeat this. Respecs cost 1,000 pieces of gold. And another bad news on top of that is any skills you learn will be going bye-bye. Yeah, so I don't want to lose Zombie Nick. So I'm going to go ahead and do speed. So I'm doing speed and constitution. Leadership for 5. Because once you get at 5 leadership, you're basically number 1 capped out, number 1, and number 2, you can't put any more points into it. And besides, leadership at 5, the other 3 will heavily benefit. I believe they keep their immunity to fear. In fact, I have a nice helmet. So we got our next is, I'm just double checking, is Scarlet. And I'm going to just make sure everything's alright on her end. And let me see for a second. As soon as I'm done just confirming things. Yeah, you always want to confirm. You may never know. Scarlet, I'm going to go ahead and of course, let me see what points I'm going to put this in. I can do even amount of strength and dexterity. Yeah, well anyways, I'm aiming for 10 for all 3 of those stats at least. And voila, there you go. It looks good to go. And as for skills, let me see if I can do anything. If not, oh well. Once I get the certain sets done, then I'll focus exclusively on his Hydro. Yeah, Hydro is a very powerful spell line. Its fact is, I believe, one of the most powerful in the Enhanced Edition. It was fire in the Classic Edition, but no. Okay, we got points in the Scoundrel. That's good enough for Scarlet. Now, as for Huntress, I should call her Queen of the Bow. Yeah, we should call her that, since the fact that lately she's been shredding people like crazy with that nice bow and arrow. Now I'm just double checking, make sure everything's alright. I'm doing everything fine. I think I have to put one more point into dexterity anyways. And if go for the other ones. I'll give her perception items though. Let's see if I have to put anything else there. Okay, can I do any points in the Hydro? That's alright. Yeah, I'm always double checking, triple checking. Yeah, that respec system in this game. Yeah, that's the Downer. I should say Debbie Downer. Divinity Original Sin 2 did it right. We'll do, let's see here. I can't do Expert Marksman. That's, yeah, we'll do Witchcraft. She'll get some more fun spells to use. As for Jahan, Dexterity, I'm going to get that up to, I believe it was 10 or 11. And then focus on the last stat. I'm just making sure. He's going to be my last guy. I'm going to level up before I do a nice recap. And I'm just double checking too if I need to put any more points in. Okay, I got my points in the Scoundrel. Looks like this might be a store level for him. I'm just double checking, triple checking, you name it. Okay, that is about it. Here's a recap for this video. Clear my way outside of the church. Out with the statues. After seeing some events, especially with the one crazy lady. And of course the healer who got suckered by the crazy lady that's now dead. We faced Braccus Rex, defeated him, then got level 10 and a whole bunch of fat loot. In the next Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition video, we're going to catch up on the homestead stuff. Yep, that's right everyone. We're going back there. Well everyone, this is it for my Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition walkthrough Braccus Rex boss fight video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thank you for watching and have a great day or night. Please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more content like this. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestions on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestions on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the barbecue.